But I think one of the bigger issues that we're all looking at, staring down the barrel of, is the Heisman problem. And the Heisman problem is the amazing jumps and lengths a player seemingly like the one and only Travis Hunter has to go through to even be thought about as being on a Heisman level. Someone who impacts the game in amazing ways, always shapes fashions in reality, still has to somehow be subjugated to maybe a top 3 spot. So today in this video, what we're going to take a peek at is some of the comments on my last video claiming how I wanted Travis Hunter as my #1 Heisman. In that video, we talked about Cam Ward, some other guys who had some decent stakes at the Heisman as well. So we'll read those comments, see how y'all feel about it. We're also going to get into specifically Travis Hunter and his stats, how he's looking like to get there, see how the voting is looking like and how people are kind of in their heads having it, because with Heisman, it's not the same, right? You got to wait until we get to December in New York to really know. And then after that, we're also going to watch a little bit of Matt B. Great's video, and we're going to look at Jabrill Pepper's numbers, right? Michigan player who did things on both sides, was kind of on the cusp of being a Heisman hopeful. And of course, look at Charles Woodson's number. Compare those, look what Travis Hunter's looking at, and hopefully we can, put this together, a nice little claim for Travis Hunter being a Heisman winner. So first, before we get into the deeper notions of why I really think Travis Hunter is your 2024 Heisman, I want to talk about some words, some disparaging words one zone cornerback had to say to a possible generational talent in old Travis Hunter. And I gotta be honest with you, I don't fully disagree with him when specifically talking about the wide receiver position. Richard Sherman and Amon-Ra St. Brown, or I'm not sure both. I think it's just more Richard Sherman, are gonna try to discredit what Travis Hunter does on the football field on the offensive side of the ball. But we'll get deeper into it after he takes his comments.
When it's time for him to get paid, and he could do it. But as a receiver, I just think he kind of blend.
Yeah, I agree, because I'm watching him. I'm like, he's
Okay,
a solid receiver, but I think he's better at corner because of his ball skills.
When it's time for him to get paid, and he could do it. But
I really come on, man. And of course, what's it called? Home skill of the biscuit, the big bad one himself, Travis Hunter, responds to this. If I'm being honest with you, man, I don't disagree that much. I don't disagree. I don't think this is hate, even though Richard Sherman is a hateful person, and I really don't like most of the things he does media wise, except for when he son Skip Bayless. He's always going to have a gold medal for that. But I can't disagree on this one. We're not saying that Travis Hunter isn't a great elite wide receiver. He's going to be amazing, and he's probably going to finish as some of the top 15 receiving yards at this pace. He's gonna finish top 15 in FBS in receiving yards the way he's going right now. But more importantly, the explosiveness there, the ability to do what he does after the catch, he is a generational talent, because when he has the ball in his hand, amazing things happen. So I wouldn't go as far to say boring and bland, but being lost in the crowd of other shifty 6'1" guys who are a little small in the NFL level specifically, I can see that. Now in the college football level, there's not many people like Travis Hunter that can do what they can do, but at the NFL level, there's plenty of 180 guys running as fast as Travis Hunter doing some of those things. So I would like to see where Travis Hunter develops into. And I think that giving him his props at cornerback is also good too, because again, they're rating it as the NFL level, guys. They're not talking about at the college football level. No one can deny the explosiveness of Travis Hunter on both sides of the ball right now. I'm sorry. As you're going to see when we talk deeper about the stats, the stats back it up. So to me, I'm a hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm a soft agree on Big Richard Sherman here. Pause, Big Richard Sherman. No one calls him Big Richard Sherman. Let's get into the actual stats and facts, and let's talk about why Travis Hunter deserves his Heisman. Things first, I think we should do is watch old Matt B. Great's video. We all love Matt here. We're not going to watch the full thing. He just touched a little bit on speaking about the world of the Heisman. So I'll let him talk about this for a second, and then we're going to hop into some of these numbers, some of these stats, and do a big like that.
Video, what in the world is going on with Travis Hunter? Whew. Man, oh man, like they say, mama, there goes that man. He is unreal. Every time you turn on a Colorado game, he's everywhere. Offense, defense, he just makes plays. What's that old saying? Big time play.
And I know he's going to say this, and I really agree, but he's going to basically talk about how some, some players or some players always show up, right? They always find a way to show up. And he's going to talk about that in the video. And And I really had to be taken aback when he said that, because I was like, yo, it always seems like he has a chance. Now, I will say it might be because last season he only played like, 4 or 5 games because he was out or he missed 4 or 5 games or whatever. But anytime he's on the field is absolute magic. I hope he stays healthy, because seeing a full season of what he puts together is going to be real nasty.
Players make big-time plays. Well, it may sound kind of corny, but that's the truth. Travis Hunter is a big-time player, but he is still somehow, some way, one-upping himself from the previous week. I've been watching college football my entire life, and I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like it. Normally, when you have a receiver or a defensive back, sometimes they can get lost in things. They can get lost in the mix, and they don't always get the ball, and they're always not making plays. And it's not necessarily because they're having a bad game. It's just because that's how the game goes. A lot of times if they're playing on defense, the ball's not being thrown their way just out of pure respect. And if they're on offense, the quarterback can't get in the ball because he's being doubled and triple teamed. But even with that happening, he is still what I label as getting his. He's still making plays on defense, and he's still making plays on offense. It's remarkable. And that's one thing I think most of your casual fans don't even consider, is he's being doubled and triple teamed on offense. Just because there's not 2 guys visibly in front of him when they snap the ball, it doesn't mean he's not being double teamed. They got a guy over the top. They also got another guy hedging them inside or outside. There's just something on that. If I were to ask you, every single one of you watching this video, do you think Travis Hunter is one of the best players in the nation? You'd all say yes. You may not think he's the best, but you know he is one of the best. I think we're on the same boat. However, with that being said, there's something going on with him that I don't think it's fair. Unless I am highly misinformed, being sarcastic, the Heisman Trophy is supposed to go to the best player in college football. It's not supposed to go to the best player on the best team. It is supposed to go to the best player, period, the end. Here's an interesting fact for you. Believe it or not, when it comes to the current odds for winning the Heisman Trophy, Travis Hunter is nowhere to be found. He's not in the top 3. He's not in the top 5. He's somewhere around like 9th or 10th, depending on where you look.
And look, I've never seen a bookie with a part-time job, right? And what that means is the money is usually going to tell you what the truth is, okay? And it's going to tell you, or at least the books are going to tell you most of the time what the truth is. With that being said, let's take a look at those. 'Cause I didn't even know. Travis Hunter, Heisman, odds. I didn't even have those pulled up. Boom. 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 Take a peek at this. Cam Ward here. Jackson Dart. Boom. And we can go through this as well, but I just want to see. He's not even on here. He's not even on here. What are we doing? I just want to pull up the thing. Here it is. BetMGM is going to tell us the real truth here. He is down here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so he's number 8 at plus 2,000. How is this updated as my camera completely glitches out? Is this updated? Because Ashton Gentry is not even. I mean, it's the same odds, but come on, dog. I guess, hey, man, when you're part of a small, talk about a goddamn quarterback. Yeah, this is just a quarterback award. Like my man in the comments said, man, they just want to give it to quarterbacks. There's no way that Ashton coming off of those crazy few weeks goes right here. And is this Avery Johnson out of, Iowa? Garrett Nussmer, Riley Leonard, another quarterback. Arch Manning, golly, man. Arch Manning is... That's kind of disrespectful. Arch Manning only played 2 games, and that boy right there. So that's the truth. Is right there. The proof is in the pudding. Oh, you know what is crazy? I didn't pull up. What's it called? Let me pull that up. Let me pull up Travis Hunter's. We're gonna pull up his stats, and like you see, we have Jabrill Peppers here. Now he was no Heisman winner. But he did a lot of things in a lot of different ways, specifically 2016, 2015. You can see for his scoring, he had 2 and 3 rushes for a few touches, no touchdowns. But he also had some receivings as well, some punts and returns there, 17 and 21 returns, averaging 11.4 at 19.4, 1 touchdown in 2016. There we go, 10 kick returns, no touchdown there. Rushing and I was looking at the wrong thing. Rushing and receiving. There we go. He had 2 touchdowns here from the rushing side in 2015. 3 rushing touchdowns in 2016. Another Looks like another 3 a score. Oh, that's all together. Never mind. So that was 3 touchdowns there when it comes to rushing yards, and then defensive fumbles. Again, 2016. 47 solo tackles, 25 assists, 72 combined tackles, 16 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 1 interception. I mean, he was all over the field. This was somebody that I was wishing and hoping could win. So just looking at these numbers, we'll compare it to his as well. But let's also look at Charles Woodson's number and look at what a real impact on both sides of the field looks like. 1997 being the Heisman year, of course. Receiving and rushing. First of all, with receiving, I mean, you know what he'd do. 11 receptions, 231, 2 of those touchdowns. I mean, Travis Hunter's gonna max that out. I mean, Travis Hunter already had. We'll take a look at it. We'll look at Travis Hunter's stats. I think Travis Hunter from the receiving side is already got that. So let's look at I think it's gonna be the defensive side and the returning, and that's what's gonna kill. He gonna have to start returning, dog, because I think that's really what's gonna kill him for Charles. But let's keep going into it. So 11 receptions. 2 touchdowns, right? Rushing, 1 rushing touchdown. So 3 altogether. What's it called? Defense and fumbles. He had 7 interceptions, dog. 7 interceptions. That is a lofty number. So Travis is gonna have to put them numbers up. Passing yards, 1 for 1. I wanted to see if he was gonna throw a touchdown. Do we have? Oh, he didn't do any returning. I'm tripping. I'm wrong. I got Charles Woodson mixed up because I see no returning here. So, okay. So he had a total of 4 touchdowns in 1997. I think Travis Hunter is going to clear that all day, every day. Let's see, scoring in 2024. He's already had 5 receptions and 5. He already has 5 touchdowns, dog. He already has 5 receiving touchdowns. Am I tripping right now? Go to receiving touchdowns. Yeah, he already has 5 receiving touchdowns. He already has 472 yards. If we can get him on the defensive side of the field, just pushing these interception numbers up, we got to get 6 more interceptions. And that would be more than his entire career. He just has to have an absurd, I say, like, give him like 3 more, give him 3 more picks, give him 2 pick six, because, hey, you saw Charles Woodson didn't have no pick sixes. And then if he just stays on this pace for receiving, go ahead and catch you 2 or 3 touchdowns a game, or at least a touchdown a game, he's going to be off to the races. It's going to be hard for me to tell me. It's going to be hard for you to tell me with Charles Woodson winning, especially if nobody goes crazy, because it doesn't look like anyone's going crazy. Compared to these 1997 Heisman stats, dog, I'm just not seeing it. And let's read the little, you know what I'm saying, the little article. See what the Heisman people thought about it, right? So Charles Woodson won Michigan's 3rd Heisman, joining Desmond Howard and Tom Harmon. He's the only player to win the Heisman, playing significant minutes on both sides of the ball since college football moved to a 2-platoon system in the early 1960s. Woodson hails from Fremont, Ohio, and started at Ross High. We don't care about the high school. It didn't take long for Woodson to make an impact on the Wolverine as he won a starting quarterback job for 2 weeks into the first training camp. He ended up leading the team in 1995 with 5 interceptions. Let's do it. Ball hawk, dog. Sucking in balls. On his way to being named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year and first team all-conference. 5 picks as a freshie is nasty. Before the start of the sophomore season, Woodson has approached by Michigan coach Lloyd Carr, who asked if the player could consider playing on offense as well as defense. Woodson agreed to work out as a wide receiver. Throughout his sophomore season, he ran about 10 plays each game on offense and defense while holding on to the defensive duties as cornerbacks. In 1996, Woodson set a Wolverine record for pass breakups with 15, while on offense, he caught 13 passes, 164 yards, and rushed for 152 yards on 6 carries. For his effort, he was named AP First Team All-American and a finalist for the Jim Thorpe Award. Woodson continued his fine play as a junior, intercepting 7 passes, collecting 43 tackles, catching 11 passes for 231 and a touchdown. He was also effective as a punt returner. I don't know why the return yards weren't on there. More importantly, Michigan finished the regular season undefeated with a shot at its first national title since 1949. As a result, Woodson won the Heisman over Tennessee's Peyton Manning, making him the first two-way player in a generation to win the award. Wolverines finished up 21-16 win over Washington State in the Rose Bowl as Michigan claimed a share of the national title. The biggest thing that's going to actually hinder Travis Hunter not winning the Heisman is the fact that Colorado's schedule don't look great. I gotta be honest with you. It doesn't look great for Colorado and what they get done and how they do stuff. Now, do I think that's fair? Do I think that's right? No. But I do think that's why it's so important that he snags a few more interceptions. If he finishes with 5 interceptions, a pick 6, and then, like I said, stays on that course, on this course, a third of the season through, finishes with 15 receiving touchdowns and almost 1,100 yards, probably ish. If stays on that same pace, 13-ish 100 yards, absurd. 12.8 average on both sides of the ball. He might explode before that happens, but we'll see. All right, so to close out the video, as you know that I want Travis Hunter to win this Heisman, we're going to read some comments and see how y'all feel who should be the Heisman, get into it, how we need to get into it, and then go from there. All right, so the freshman wide receiver on Alabama who is 17 years old should be on the list. And by the way, this is the list just on 3 week poll, right? Week 5 poll from On 3: Travis Hunter, Cam Ward up top, Jalen Milroy, Gentry, Jackson Dart, Nico Lama. I said it wrong. I'm not going to say it. Nico, Quinn Ewers, Garrett Nussmeier, Will Johnson, Kalen Mullings / John Mateer, Khalil Mullings, dog, if you didn't know. Freshman wide receiver, Mr. Ryan Williams. He's dog. He's a dog. He has looked very, very uncoverable. So I'd like to see how that cooks off of there. Agreed. Travis Hunter served his team on both sides of the ball. He's my Heisman. Plus, it would be nice to have somebody who isn't a quarterback win. Ashton Genty is winning the Heisman. Will feed generations. That dude is a dog. Cam Ward is on another level. He is so calm, cool, collective when he's in the pocket, when he's operating things. He's just got about a swagger about him that's too nice, that's too smooth, too clean there. And then we got, it's been a quarterback award for too long. I'm not even saying top 5, but no Shador. They're saying that Will Johnson is more valuable than a top 3 quarterback. He should at least be on the list. I think with quarterbacks, the biggest thing as well, as much as we say that it's a quarterback list, I think we're starting to see, even the way that Charles Woodson was described, it's also about winning. Sadly, just like the MVPs and stuff like that, it's not just about being the best player. Sadly, the way that they put that into, hey, Michigan was on course for being a national championship winner. The impact is so great that they are winning at that clip. That's what gives you over the hump in Heisman. I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying it, but that is kind of the way that it's looking at it. So as a quarterback, it's even highly weighted. Like the reason that Quinn Ewers is so high is because of how well he operates that Texas offense and how dominant we look when he's on the field, right? It's not just because he was leading in a few stats and was looking pretty efficient, right? So it's not just about Shador being able to throw for a lot of yards, right, and put up a lot of stats. It's specifically even more for the quarterback to that success. And you even saw with Charles Woodson, got to have success. Devontae Smith, you had to have success to win as a wide receiver. So it's not the same. But a lot of people are kind of upset that there's no Shador. Jeremiah Smith, not yet, but maybe. Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, that's who he is. He's an absolute dog. Where's DJ Ukulele? And that's it. That's what y'all want to joke around as my camera completely freezes out. We'll get out of here, okay? Well, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Maybe my camera catches up while I have this monologue and close the video out. That'd be great. I hope you leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike this video if you don't like it. Leave a comment. Tell me who's your Heisman winner. And as well, who's your team, dog? Well, I mean, who you got? Third of the season gone. Who you pulling for? Y'all be amazing. Y'all be great. And we'll see you next time.